Okay, let us go today regarding autosomal disorders. Okay, so most of the following disorders will be especially seen in the women who are in the children who has given the birth, that is by whom the birth was given by post reproductive phase mothers. So most of the autosomal disorders they are seen in the children who are born to the mothers who has got delivery regarding the post reproductive age. Okay, so among them the first one is Down's syndrome. It is also called as Mongolian idiocy. Mongolian idiocy. And the karyotype of this Down syndrome is 47XX plus 21. That means an extra copy of chromosome is added to the 21st set. An extra copy of genetic material or a chromosome is added to the 21st, which we call it as trisomy of 21st chromosome. It was actually identified by Langdon Down in the year 1866, and it is a genetical disorder or genetical condition that delays in physical and intellectual development, and the symptoms of this includes short stature, small head, furrowed tongue, partially opened mouth and small round head, and palm is broad, and sometimes palm crease is also seen. Palm crease means a transverse, only single transverse line will be seen in the palm, which we call it as headline. Okay, and apart from that, even they show physical, psychomotor and mental development. Physical, psychomotor, mental development is also retarded in the person who is suffering from Down syndrome. So once again, the first autosomal disorder is Down's syndrome. It is also called as Mongolian idiocy, and the karyotype is 47XX plus 21. That is, it is due to trisomy of 21st set of chromosome. It is a genetical condition that delays in physical and intellectual development, and the symptoms of this particular children are short stature, small round head, furrowed tongue and partially open mouth, and their palm will be broad with a palm crease. Palm crease means a transverse, only a single transverse line, which we call it as a headline, will be present, and no other lines are present in the palm of the children. And they also show physical, psychomotor and mental development is completely retarded in them. Okay, then second one is Edwards syndrome. An extra genetical material is added to the 18th chromosome, and it is due to trisomy of 18th chromosome, and the karyotype is 47XX plus 18. Generally, it is seen in almost all human population, but it is most prevalent in female children or offspring. The abnormalities includes anomalies of fingers. Anomalies of fingers means there is no particular shape and size of the fingers will be seen, especially thumb. Then complex digital prints, heart defects, lowest ears or low set of ears will be present, and small mouth. So second is Edwards syndrome, and it is due to trisomy of 18th chromosome, and the karyotype is 47XX, plus 18, and it is almost seen in all human population, but most prevalent in female offsprings. The symptoms includes anomalies of fingers, heart defect, there is a complex digital prints, then low set of ears and small mouth. Then third one is Patau syndrome, and it is due to trisomy of 13th chromosome, and the karyotype is 47XX plus 13. Now here in these syndrome, that is the person who are suffering from syndromes, this particular syndrome, they show intellectual disability and mental retardation is also seen. Then defective in hearing, that is defective ears, and even hair cleft and hair lip and cleft palate are also seen, with heart defects, kidney defects, and also brain and spinal abnormalities. So third syndrome is Patau syndrome. It is due to trisomy of 13th chromosome. Hence the karyotype will be 47XX plus 13. They show intellectual disability and even mental retardation is seen, with defective eyes, hair lips, and hair lips means the lip will be there is a breakage in the upper lip, just like in rabbit, cleft palate. Then heart defects, kidney defects, and even brain and spinal cord abnormalities are also seen. And all these Down, Edwards syndrome and Patau syndrome, that is the people who are suffering, they die at early age only. That is regarding Patau syndrome, they die at 6th month only, and remaining they died at either infancy or early childhood. Now coming to the next one, that is which we call it as Credit syndrome or 5T minus syndrome or cat cry syndrome. So remaining two, again last two are present. So Credit syndrome, or it is also called as 5P minus syndrome, or cat cry syndrome. Then last is chronic myelogenous leukemia. Chronic myelogenous leukemia. Philadelphia translocation. Philadelphia translocation. Okay, now let us go for Credit syndrome. And actually the karyotype of this syndrome is 46XX5P. That means there is a deletion in short arm of 5th chromosome. Short arm of 5th chromosome. Hence we call it as 5P minus, and it is a monosomy of 5th chromosome. So partial deletion in short arm of 5th chromosome, hence it is also called as monosomy of 5P. Okay, then actually this Credit is a French. It is derived from French language, which actually means, that is, it resembles like a cat cry of affected children. It is related with the cat cry of affected children due to abnormality in larynx and nerve cord. Larynx and nerve cord. The person who is suffering, or the children who is suffering from this syndrome, has unusual facial features small head and mental retardation. So unusual facial features with small head and they are mentally retarded. Okay, so next fourth one is Cri-du-Chat syndrome. It is also called as 5p minus syndrome or Cat-Guy syndrome. The karyotype is 46, XX, 5p and it is due to partial deletion in short arm of 5th chromosome. Hence it is called as monosomy of 5p. Actually it is a French term relating to the characteristic feature of a cat cry. It is a French term which is related to the characteristic feature of cat cry of the affected children, and it is only due to abnormality in the larynx and nerve cord. The symptoms of this affected children are short head or small head with unusual facial features and mental retardation. Then last one, that is fifth one, is chronic myelogenous leukemia, and it is actually called as Philadelphia translocation and shortcut CML. In shortcut it is called as CML. Okay. Now this is actually a genetic disorder where a piece of, so before going further, so karyotype is 46, XX, T 9 semicolon 22. That means a small piece of a 9th chromosome is partially, that is a piece of a 9th chromosome and a piece of 22nd chromosome will be detached with each other and they are fusing with each other. After cutting, that is a part of a small piece of 9th chromosome is cutted, and likewise a part of the 22nd chromosome is cutted. That is, if it is 9th chromosome, a part is cutted, and if it is 22nd chromosome, a part is cutted. Okay, now here reciprocal cross, that cutted part of this will be going and binded with 9th, and this part will be coming and binded with 22nd part. So which we call it as reciprocal translocation. Reciprocal translocation. That means a small piece of 9th chromosome is detached and a piece of 22nd chromosome is detached, and this detached part of 22nd chromosome will go and bind with the 9th, and detached part of the 9th chromosome will come and bind with the 22nd, which we call it as reciprocal translocation. Okay, now it results into abnormal short arm of 22nd chromosome and abnormal 22nd chromosome and abnormal 9th chromosome is produced. Okay, abnormal 22nd and abnormal 9th chromosome is present. Now this abnormal 22nd chromosome is actually producing Philadelphia chromosome. Philadelphia chromosome. And this Philadelphia chromosome, who is producing this Philadelphia chromosome? The abnormal 22nd chromosome is actually producing Philadelphia chromosome, and we call that process as a Philadelphia translocation. Okay, this short arm of 22nd chromosome, that is this Philadelphia chromosome, is helpful in producing an abnormal enzyme called as this Philadelphia chromosome. Actually it is helpful in production of abnormal enzyme called tyrosine kinase. Because of this tyrosine kinase that is produced by the Philadelphia chromosome, we use in karyotype we used T. Okay. So, and now this abnormal enzyme called as tyrosine kinase will process the uncontrolled cell cell division which leads to cancer, that we call it as chronic myelogenous leukemia. Chronic myelogenous leukemia. Okay, once again chronic myelogenic leukemia, it is also called as a Philadelphia translocation, and in shortcut we call it as CML, and the karyotype is 46, XX T9:22. In this actually what is happening, a small piece of 9th chromosome and a small piece of 22nd chromosomes are cutted off from them, and the detached small piece of 9th chromosome will go and bind with the 22nd chromosome, and detached small piece of 22nd chromosome is going and binding with the 9th chromosome. That attachment is called as a reciprocal translocation. Due to reciprocal translocation, what is happening now? The abnormal 9th chromosome and abnormal 22nd chromosome is produced. Okay, and and that abnormal short arm of 22nd chromosome and long arm of 9th chromosome is produced. Short arm of 22nd chromosome is actually helpful in producing Philadelphia chromosome. The short arm of 22nd chromosome is helpful in the production of Philadelphia chromosome, and this Philadelphia chromosome is again secreting an abnormal enzyme called as tyrosine kinase. In turn, this tyrosine kinase is processing the uncontrolled cell division of cells, which leads to cancer, and that cancer is called as, the type of cancer is chronic myelogenous leukemia, that is WBC cells. Okay, so with this we have completed autosomal disorders.